medication and you have a DEA card, you have to take that DEA application and make it current to where you physically are. Now, this has always been the case. It's always been a federal law. Now they're really making it function in Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana. So the credentialing is going to be saying, hey, sure up your DEA, make sure that it matches where you are now. Don't push back on that. Realize it's the law. So you can't write a prescription. They give you a little grace period, but once somebody's saying, hey, you get your DEA, make it current to where you physically are, there's no discussion behind that. That's the law. There's no pushback. You need to get that done. Otherwise, now, if you say, I'm not going to do it, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So we're advising you. You are a licensed independent practitioner, and you have to conduct yourself according to that. That means that you know the law. When they say you're licensed and independent, they're saying, I'm holding you accountable for all the laws that exist about everything that you're doing. But nobody knows all those laws. So I'm trying to advise you and say, hey, look at this. Worry about that. Don't do this. Don't do that the best I can. But you've got to show that you understand as a professional, I am required to know the laws that I'm practicing under. You're not an attorney, so take some advice and do some research. All right, so let's get out of this. But this is very important because nobody can save you from yourself. And nobody can save this guy from himself, even though this is like heaven. You go up in this mountain range, the river is running through there, and some of the tributaries of the river breaks off, and fish are just in a pond. You can just reach down and grab a fish and take it home and cook it. When I left high school, there was a guy who wanted to be a forester, and so they said, you got to send 2 people. So I didn't want to be a forester. I wanted to go to medical school, but I just graduated, so I went with him, and we ended up in Oregon, and this is right across the Oregon border in Washington State, and you can see it from where we were. We lived up in the mountains. We had a trailer up in the mountains, and we lived there for 3 months. It was a great experience for me. I had no skin in the game. He was, doing a whole bunch of stuff. I was just accompanying him. But that's how I learned about this place. So when this came on television, I knew exactly where this was. I'd been up there hiking a lot of times. But when this guy didn't come off the mountain, lava just, kind of killed the guy. That's going to happen to some of us because we don't understand what being a professional is. You can't have your way and be a professional because everything that you're doing is governed by the law. Federal law, Mississippi law, you don't have any leeway. You really don't. So when somebody's having a discussion with you and they say it's illegal, now this is my last time saying that. I'm going to have a conversation. When I say it's illegal, I'm not going to say anything else because you're going to own that. You're going to own your conduct. You got to learn how to listen. And when you leave a meeting, don't go back and try to put back in place what somebody else has said. Don't do that. Can't do it. Good things, but we just can't be there holding your hand. You have to have some discipline, and you have to have an understanding that we're not trying to handcuff you. We're trying to protect you. Trying to get you a 5-star rating, giving you direct deposit, doing everything we can. So we need some cooperation. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, we're going to open up with the, this is an admonishment now, because something bad happened.